Congresswoman Joyce Beatty is exactly what's wrong with the Democratic Party. And I get it. In Columbus, Ohio, she's seen as a local icon, and I'm just some blogger, but I would argue that her reputation is entirely unearned. People forget that in 2011, after the Tea Party wave swept Republicans to power, they hyper-focused on gerrymandering the state into oblivion, which they have successfully done. But we must remember that Joyce Beatty was the go-to Democrat for Republicans, who saw her as a pliable congresswoman who would protect her own interests rather than the Democratic Party at large. And then in 2022, she tried and failed to earn a taxpayer-funded retirement to the Bahamas by lobbying the Biden administration for an appointment to the Bahamas ambassadorship. Now, I don't know about you, but me, if I'm trying to earn a retirement to the Bahamas, it's probably time for me to retire in general. But no, Beatty stuck it out, probably in hopes that Kamala Harris would win the 2024 election and she could reapply for that ambassadorship. And now it's 2025 and Joyce Beatty is 75 years old and she's missed several key votes due to non-emergency hip surgery, which she has refused to clarify to her constituents. And after missing several key votes, including the one that kickstarted the big, ugly, beautiful bill through Congress, Beatty returned to Capitol Hill yesterday looking like a dang cyclops. And I don't mean to pick on her. I get when you get to a certain age that, medical issues happen. But again, these are high stakes positions. She's 75 years old. She could have retired with grace and dignity in 2022, but here she is, still clinging to power and prestige because she has come to define herself through her job title. And then you have House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Israel's #1 ally in Congress, up there late at night, grandstanding, wasting time, which I get, part of the game. But then he goes on to praise Joyce Beatty for doing her job, for showing the courage to put off multiple surgeries, to do her job, which she was elected, which she pursued, and which is as simple as showing up and pressing a button at this current time. And I would just say, Joyce Beatty, it's time to go, sister. You had your time, as short as it was. You're a quote unquote member of the Medicare for All caucus, but I've never seen you advocate for nationalized health care one time throughout your entire career, other than just checking that box on a form. And between that, your defense of Israel, and your inability to retire with dignity at the time that this nation called for, is inexcusable. And you've already tarnished your legacy with me, which I'm sure you're not losing sleep over. But if you continue down this road, if you seek re-election, as been told you intend to do at least one more time, you will not only tarnish your legacy in the city, but you will tarnish your legacy throughout American history.